Hi there! Back again and standing right out here in front of the flower farm. And I thought that it was about time to start doing a little bit of decoration in here, because other than the the surrounding areas here and the paths themselves, the walkways, it is a little barren in here. I mean, I have the grass and the mycelium around, but other than that, it's just this. So I thought that today we would do a little bit of work in here. So I brought some logs with me, and I also have some various leaves. And just for while we're working in here, I have decided to switch it to manual mode, so that the farm will not flush any flowers, and then I'll just turn it on when we finish up here today. So while we are working on that though, we have the opportunity to talk a little bit about various things. And one of the things I wanted to talk about is something that happened this week. Namely, if you have watched my live streams, you might have seen me play the game Psychonauts. Well, as it turns out, Psychonauts was trying for a number 2. And, well, this week the campaign finally ended, and successfully, I might add. So, Psychonauts 2 is now going to be a reality. Or at least that is the promise. Of course, we can never know with these things, but, oops. But hopefully we will get a good game out of that. I mean, Double Fine has been known to deliver their promises in regards to games that they are making, but still, it's like that whole early access, not early access, that's the wrong word. Games getting hyped, that sort of things. But hopefully Psychonauts 2 will turn into a nice game. I certainly hope so, because Psychonauts 1 is an awesome game. If you haven't tried it, I would strongly recommend it, simply because it's just a really good experience. You have, every once in a while you have those games that just falls out the norm, and while a lot of games try that 3D platformer thing and completely screw it up, for instance the Sonic games, you have Psychonauts that actually manage to make it work, make it function, and not only that, but deliver it in a way that is clever and with plot and everything. So let's see, let's take this one here as well. I mean, it's like a silly game in a way, in that it has some quirky characters, but it is still a game that is very it's a story-based platformy game where you play as a kid called Raz, or Rasputin, and he arrives at this summer camp for what is known as Psychonauts. It is it's a Psychonauts summer camp, but it just seems like a summer camp with a normal theme, but it is actually run by one former agent and his assistants. And, well, Raz, he just wants to become a psychonaut, and the problem is that his dad don't like psychics. So when they suddenly tell him that we can't do this because you need your parents' permission, then he thinks that, well, that means that he has to become a psychonaut right now. So he has to become a psychonaut before his dad shows up. And while he is there, things happen. I won't spoil it, but yeah, things go down, and it ends up with, of course, the main character Raz having to sort of save the day, and in return he becomes a psychonaut. So he proves himself in that way. But yeah, that's just one thing. I mean, they had asked for 3.3 million US dollars, and I think what they got out of it was just over. What is it called? Should we do this? Something like that. I think what they got out of it was just over this this goal. Let's do. I don't have any smithstone with me. Let me fetch some. Just over 3.8 million. So they got what they needed and a little more, and I think they're going to do some sort of like after stretch goal things where they like sell extra packages or upgrades or something like that. But at the moment it is finished, so you can't support it anymore, but it will come out here in a couple of years. Other than that though, well, as I talked about last week, I have been working on this programming guide at work, and well, as of yesterday I have almost finished it. So that's pretty nice. Let's see, let's do here and here. I'm gonna do some leaf work around this so that it is more like mob proof, if you will. But I just want to put in the pillars for now. Let's do one here as well. So like this. Down here. There. And yes, I have been working on that for a while now, and this week it's pretty much finished. I still need a couple of sections for the guide, but most of those that I need the input of others to complete, so they might have to wait a little bit, but we'll see about that. Let's see. I think what we'll do is this. Trying to go for sort of a root-like look to this. So let's take this out, stick that there, put this here, and over here we do that, and this. So like that, and I think just to go along with it we'll put one discreetly in the wall here. Like that, and do like this. But yeah, today it is actually Friday, and well, as I talked about last week, it was released on Sunday, but of course recorded it a little earlier. I had a psychiatrist visit to attend to this weekend, and I actually returned from that earlier. Let's hop up here. This one actually needs to be regular stone. And yeah, how did that go? Well, I'd say that the new psychiatrist, because as I talked about, I had to get a new psychiatrist because my old psychiatrist was quitting the job following the entrance into the new year. But my new psychiatrist, who is a Norwegian who lives here in Denmark, he seems like quite a nice person, so I'm happy about that. Now, of course, it's not exactly ideal because I'm going to be represented at a conference at some point by someone who has only met me now once. So I'm a little wary about that, but hopefully it will go well, and he's promised that he will do his best to represent me in the spirit that my former psychiatrist would have wanted. So I hope that that goes well. But yeah, what we did today was basically just him getting to know me and, well, of course, him a little bit. And then we sat there and talked, and I basically gave him a quick rundown of stuff I've also talked with my my other psychiatrist, or my former now psychiatrist, about, so that he will be able to represent me in the truest, most fashion to what would be possible if he had followed me the entire time. Let's do this, and let's take this out. Actually, no, let's go. Not like that. Let's keep that, but take this out. Stick this in. So that gives us sort of like a route going across, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take it down here and then up there. So if we go on top, we will go up here, I think. So here, just do sort of a straight thing there, and do this here. I think that's okay, but we should put some light up here so that nothing spawns before we get the leaves in, because we are going to be putting a little bit of leaves on these, not too much, because this is supposed to be a root thing, but I am going to be putting trees in here as well to help the place liven up a little bit. Let's do like this, and take this out. So like that. Yes, but as I said, today we talked about that, and he gave me the evaluation that has been prepared by the psychiatrist I talked with before Christmas, now something like 3 months ago, and told me what that evaluation said. And well, the quick rundown is I'm not insane, but I kinda knew that already. I mean, I'm weird, but not insane. But yeah, other than that, it actually fit surprisingly well. Like when I got my job here at my current place of employment, I had to take a skill test and a personality test, and I am really impressed with what a personality test, or in this case a psychology test, can actually tell about you with just some simple questions and small tasks, like logical tests and stuff. It's just weird that you can see so much from so little. So yeah, I got the results of that. It fit rather well, as I said, and like it basically said that I had a tendency to hide inside my own shell and like not be really social, but there's no indication that I had any sort of personality issues or like mental problems. And let's do here. Let's see, what else did it say? Well, it basically described me pretty well, pretty much how I know myself, so that at least is a positive thing, I guess. And from what he said, there is nothing in the evaluation that would give a reason for me not to be able to proceed. So that's definitely a possible positive response. But other than that, he actually did also tell me that he is planning to hold the what is it called? The conference for making the decision. Not just soon, but actually here in the coming week. He's going to try and do it this Wednesday. And failing that, he will be doing it the Wednesday the week after. Oops, that's not what I wanted, but oh well. I can do this instead. So like this. And then the answer should... I don't know if the answer comes there. It sounds almost like you pretty much get the answer like right away. Except you usually like send the answer by mail. But he also asked me if I would like him to call me, and I said, yes, please do that. So he's going to be calling me this Wednesday, and that is no matter if I get a yes or a no, I will still be called and told. Also if not a yes or a no, but even if a decision is not made this Wednesday, because it has to wait until next Wednesday, he will call me and let me know, so that I'm not waiting around for a call that isn't coming. And then he'll call me again Wednesday after if the decision wasn't given this Wednesday. And then that's pretty much it. And then after that, I could basically, if I'm giving a yes, start hormone treatment and actually progress. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that my time with the clinic is finished. Probably only just begun, because like one of the things is you can continue with the clinic, because if you ever want, for instance, to get the permission to get like gender reassignment surgery or stuff like that, then it's definitely a good thing to have the approval of the clinic already, and the way to get that is to, well, continue with the clinic. This one actually still one there, but this one I want out. So like this, and then down here. This one we take out. Place not like that, but like this. We take those, and over here we take this here, And I think we go like that. So it's like it goes under that dirt, which is then piled up on top. So yeah, I'll be like going for the hormone thing with the hospital itself, and then with the clinic I'll be doing the other stuff, like the psychology, not the psychology, the psychiatric talks and stuff like that. And hopefully at some point I will be able to maybe make a decision on whether or not I want to progress on to like the surgery part of it. As of right now, I haven't made a decision about whether I want to do that or not, because like one of the things that some feel is a condition known as dysphobia, which is basically like fear or disgust of your own body. But I personally don't feel dysphobia for my own body, but I can't say if it like mentally would help me considerably later to like do the like surgical transition. It's definitely something that I'm considering. It's just something that I don't feel that I want to make the decision here and now. Let's get another shovel. So as of right now, that's going to rest, and then I'm going to continue the talks with the psychiatrist at the clinic, and hopefully start hormone treatment. I really, really hope so. Because as I said, actually I can't remember if I've said it on a video, but I believe I have. Anyway, just to sum it up, if I can't start hormone treatment in Denmark, like soon, then my only other option is really to move away from Denmark, because if I don't get treatment, I'll end up eventually at some point harming myself or even killing myself. And believe it or not, I'd rather live. So I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that I do. Let's do this. Like that, and then do on this side. People leave too quickly. Do this over here, maybe. I think like this. And then if I ever decide that I want to go that path, then I will have the opportunity of doing that. So let's hop up to the beginning here and do a little bit of leaf work. Just to get a little bit of that done. I'll of course be doing more down here, but I basically wanted to start this, and then I'll probably be like doing more work off camera, coming back and showing it, then do the next phase down here, and like go back and forth like that. I think that would work alright. So what I want to do is let's get a pillar, and we want to put in a bit of leaf work here. And this one here, put there. Basically, we're going for sort of the same sort of look there, but or as there, but a little different. Because these will be a little more bare. And I think there. And then we can actually take this out because that space is no longer a valid spawning space. So I think that is good enough for that one. So let's continue to the next. Let's see. I think here. Make pillar. And over here we do there. Oops, that's not leaves. That is wrong. I think there. Okay. Hop to the next. Could actually take that torch down there as well. There's no real reason for it to sit there. Other than just lighting up the area up there, of course, but yeah, I think it's time to move that, since we're like trying to give it that cave feel anyway. I think I only had it up there actually because I was doing the whole like carving out the wall to shape it, so no real reason for it to be there anymore. Just put something there, over here. And let's just use this to gain a little bit of height. Go over here, this one here, get some. That's still not leaves. That's not what I wanted. Let's just do that and do this instead. Basically what I'm going for here is a look of plants that are so like fertile that even below ground here they're capable of producing foliage. And I know that that might not make sense in our world, but I mean, these trees doesn't exist in the real world. I mean, these are supposed to be roots of trees that I basically made up myself in the game, so yeah, I can do what I want. It's really one of the things that I feel that people often do too much of in a game like this. Of course, everyone plays games like Minecraft different, but like what I like to do is live in Minecraft in a sort of a fantasy-ish way. Let's do there. I think that's good enough for that. So let's continue to the next one. So this one here, well, let's go up on top first, because up there we have to concern ourselves with spawning spaces. So let's place a leaf block there, because then this is all fixed up. We'll then put one there, and then we're safe. Let's do this, that. See you. Enjoy. I was going for lunch. I myself just had some breakfast. I didn't eat before I left for the meeting at the clinic, because I didn't really feel like it. So I just waited with my breakfast until I got home. I've usually done that for the clinic visits simply because like when it's early in the morning like this visit here was at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I sort of just wanted to get it over with and then get home and be able to relax. So I actually made a post on Twitter where I talked about like now it was time to go home and heat up with some breakfast, and I'm actually kind of tempted to do a foot bath. So I haven't had a foot bath in a while, and it's quite nice. If you haven't done that, like I'm not talking about a normal foot bath here. If you haven't tried it, I think you should really give it a go at some point. Like I don't care if you consider yourself a heterosexual male, or if you do completely the opposite. It is nice, and if something is nice you shouldn't stop yourself. Like I know people that will not do something because they fear that it makes them look in a certain way, and that, to me, that's just silly. So I'm going to recommend this, and you do it. And that is, get yourself some bathing salts, some foot bathing salts, and make yourself a nice hot foot bath, and then just sit there and enjoy it. Like the sort of foot bathing salt that I go for is salt which has menthol in it, which makes it like very, very fresh. It makes like, it gives your feet sort of a tingly sensation afterwards, but it's like really nice. The only like difficult thing with it is like when you pour the water, it just like burns your eyes. You're just sitting there with eyes wide open, like. But that's quite fun to try anyway. Yeah, I think we're getting somewhere with this. Starting to liven it up a little bit. Let's put these away and let's have a look at what we have made so far. So here we have those on both sides, and what I'm planning to do is put in a pathway here that is going to connect to the various bits, because on this side, not on the other one, we have the walkway all the way down to the bottom there, but I'm going to take that and connect it with a pathway, probably making it out of coarse dirt and I think potsol. Potentially clay down here, probably not gravel, because that doesn't really match the underground theme here. It would be more adequate on the surface, which I do use it up there, but down here it's sort of more moist because of the flowing water and the ponds, so there should be fewer rocks like that and more dirt and clays, so I think that would make more sense. So I'm going to be putting in some trees down here, probably a different sort of trees than what you see on the surface, because it wouldn't really make sense that the same tree is down here as well. And then I'm going to be doing some like cozy spots where you can sit and relax. Like I want this to be sort of like a garden you can go for a walk in while watching the flowers work. And then we're going to be doing something for the mycelium bit as well, but so far that is going to be a little bit more of a surprise. But yeah, with this we are progressing. So I'm considering maybe taking this down one more. It does then block the view a little bit. Right now it's pretty fitting, so I think I'll keep it like that, but I'll consider it. But anyways, before we leave off here, we just need to do one more thing, and that is turn that back on. Let's have a look outside, because it is now nighttime. Now of course, nighttime is not enough, but I just wanted to show here. So you might be able to hear it. Whoop. Hop down here, up there. See that? That is triggered because we allow the signal now to pass here. So this one has passed through, triggered the water, and it is now flowing out here. And in 5 minutes that item will despawn, this one will fall, 1.5 minutes later this one will trigger and bone meal will be applied. And as of right now, this is the amount of bone meal still left in each dispenser. I haven't refilled them since last time, but I haven't had too much time to be on for the past couple of weeks. Been a little bit busy with stuff. One of the things that happened was my computer just crashed and burned. I was spending Saturday recording DVC episodes with Jackaroo and Pygon, and yeah, my computer decided to just randomly not blow up, but like shut down afterwards. Like I went to the toilet because I'd been recording for 4 hours, so you know, after that you need to sort of take care of nature. And while I was in there, all of a sudden I heard choo, and when I looked out there, well, my computer had gone to black, and when I tried to turn it on, nothing happened. So I tried disconnecting the power, turned it on again, and still nothing. So yeah, I tried to figure out what it was. Happened Saturday night, so the worst day of the week to happen, since the stores are closed on Sundays, and it was too late on the Saturday to get anything, so I couldn't do anything until Monday morning. So I ended up taking my power supply out of the computer because I figured that that was going to be the culprit, considering it was completely unresponsive, and taking that to work to diagnose it. And I did like a bridging test where I bridged the power wire, the 24 volt wire, with one of the ground wires, which will allow you to like see the fan turn on for most cases of power supplies, and that at least indicates if it is faulty. But well, it was certainly faulty, but the fan still turned on, so the test was inconclusive and not sufficient. So I took a chance, bought a new and a good power supply, and installed that in the computer. When I got home, like I bought it in the morning before 10, then picked it up on the way home and installed it that evening. And it worked. I was pretty sure that it was the power supply that had stopped working, but I was really afraid that it might have like sent a surge through the wires and like fried something else in the process. But luckily it wasn't so, and I was able to get it up and running again. So yeah, otherwise I might not have gotten an episode out for this Sunday, but well, here you have it. It's not Sunday when this is being recorded, of course, it is Friday, but when it goes live, it is going to be Sunday. Down here, I've been hollowing out the roof a little bit and putting in the first bit of light, and I need to put in more. These need to be turned the other way around as well, so like these are all facing this direction, but I need to put them in all 4 directions, randomized all over. But first of all, I need more pumpkins, and second of all, it's going to be a bother to do because you always need to have a block underneath it to be able to place it. So basically I need to put a block here, then do something like that, and then you end up in a situation where you have like one little pocket like that, and you can't place it because you can't get to the side, so you need to place it below and then push it up with a piston or dig this block out or something like that. So yeah, a lot of fiddling around with that, but that's going to be pretty much it for today. Just wanted to show where we are with the flowers, because we already looked at the bone meal supply. This is the amount of flowers that we have gotten so far from the full load test of the farm, and it's coming along. Not quite the time yet. I think this is one of the ones that is most full, but once this gets full, I'm going to be moving it, probably put up some chests over here or something, and then start stacking them up and seeing what we get out of it. the total of the full run. But for today, I'm going to call it off here because the episode has actually run a little bit long. So yeah, I had a bit to talk about. So I hope that you at least enjoyed it, even if it was a little bit rambly. But yes, until next time, I will be working on probably fixing up a little bit more of the basement, finding some other small things to take care of, and I will see you again next week. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye bye for now. Bye.